But a big part of my history is the religion I was involved in.
Yeah.
Which was, I consider it a high demand religion, the entire organization, but the church I was raised in specifically was a cult, borderline.
Borderline cult. What's the high demand? What does that mean?
High demand means like there's a lot of requirements to be involved and excommunication if you're not.
Like Scientology type?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll go over the list of requirements for women.
Okay, let me sit back.
So you can't cut your hair. You not even trim it at all. Big, huge no-no. No makeup, nail polish, jewelry. You have to wear dresses or skirts only, no pants, that cover your knees or below, your elbows or below, and your collarbones or above.
Okay.
So you're fully covered. No TV. Well, that was the church I was raised in. Now it's broadened and it's gotten a little loose, but yeah, no TV for me growing up at all. I think the first movie I seen in theaters was Despicable Me #2.
Damn.
So it was quite the culture shock.
Yeah, that's not too long ago.
Yeah, that was not very long ago.
And how old are you?
28.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what else is there? Gosh, there's so many rules. I just don't even remember all of them now. Obviously, no like premarital sex. You know, you can't
be.
No.
Okay.
You can't even kiss. In the church I was raised in, you waited until the altar to kiss.
You can't even get a little smoocheroo,
No.
a little Pepe Le Pew.
No test,
you know what I'm saying?
test drive.
Nothing. Can you grab an ass or something?
No, absolutely not.
That little finger
Straight
taste.
to hell for that.
Oh, what?
No.
If you grab an ass, you go to hell.
Absolutely.
Oh damn. Okay. Only time you kiss, you going right to altar. Okay, gotcha.
Right. So you better hope he's a good kisser, because that would suck.
Yeah.
You get up there and it's just a slop. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I don't understand how that's supposed to work, especially. But if you're not watching TV, you so cut off, you probably wouldn't have those temptations for the most part.
Yeah, no.
To want to have kisses and what's good sex or not, you don't know.
Yeah, you have no frame of reference too, so
right.
You can end up with someone who's like a micro.
Yeah.
You would not know what that is.
Right. You'd be like, oh, you don't know, this is your first time running into it.
Right.
Are they teaching you guys about like sex and stuff when you're coming up, or?
Well, it depends. Usually the parents want to be in control of that, so I know a lot of the parents didn't allow like students to go to sex ed during school. So a lot of them, you know, there's a lot of misinformation about what that is, what that looks like, how to get pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was it like more homeschooled or going to public school?
You don't have to be homeschooled. It is encouraged, at least, you know, in some of the more high demand churches. Yeah. I was actually homeschooled by an Amish family for a few years.
That's what I was thinking. It was Amish type with the understanding. Yeah.
Well, the religion I grew up in is not Amish, but this family just randomly saw my mom walking with us on the street, and they felt called by God, I guess, to homeschool us. They pulled over, literally offered, and my mom was like, yeah. So,
that's what I've been looking for.
Yeah, but that was a really, really cool experience. They're also extremely high demand religion too.
Amish.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go live with Amish people.
Oh yeah, they're incredible.
I know an Amish girl got some good, you know what I'm saying? I know it's bushy. I like a little hair on that thing too, so I know they got a good bush on that. I would indulge upon an Amish vagina. I would. Face first, too.
Oh, God.
I would. I know I would. I'd be in that boat.
Thank God the Amish cannot watch.
In the wagon, I'd be in that wagon, boo, 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 sneaker in the back type, you know, like slave times. No, sir.
Oh, okay, my God. Go ahead. But they are amazing people. Yeah. I learned a lot by being with them, honestly. I learned how to do, make homemade soap, make candles, make bread every day. We made like a loaf of bread every day. Mm-hmm. We learned how to raise a barn. That was really fun. They get the whole community together, and then they raise a barn in one day.
For real? Mm-hmm. From the ground up, just make a whole barn.
Everybody has a job, even like the 5-year-olds.
That's legendary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a real structure right there.
It is.
Okay, so how long was you with the Amish family?
I think I was with them 2 years in homeschool, but I was like raised alongside them because they lived really close to us, and we were there every single day. So I was really heavily involved with that culture.
Nice.
And it coincided with ours really well, because we had a lot of rules. You know, obviously they're different rules. They have to wear like the uniform and the bonnet, but like it's from the same scriptures. Like they wear the bonnet because of the same scripture that we don't cut our hair, which is that your hair is given to you as a covering and that you're not supposed to cut it.
Also, like your crown covering of the greatness.
Yeah.
So you don't cut no hair. So the vaginery, they got to cut.
Some more strict members don't. They don't shave or anything.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. There's like a lot of hypocrisy, I guess you could say, that really stood out to me as a child because, for instance, we can't wear makeup, But yet you could like pluck your eyebrows, curl your hair, curl your eyelashes, tan your skin, whiten your teeth, which is all essentially the same thing.
Right.
So what difference is it?
So, damn. So was that sparking like interest in you? Like, that's kind of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you could do this and this. And when you start thinking like, man, I don't know if this for me.
You know what really did it for me is I was such an avid reader. Like I loved reading because we didn't have TV. So I would get so glued into these different worlds through novels. I would read like a whole novel in a single sitting sometimes because I was just so like involved in it and my imagination was running wild.
For sure.
But I feel like that is what made me start to really challenge things because I was living multiple lives through these novels.
Yeah.
And I was able to just question my reality earlier on than majority of people around me, I guess you could say.
What kind of novels were these? Was these like the spicy novels or just like adventures?
No, my mom would like, I had to go through her before I could read it.
Gotcha.
So it was all like Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, that's like, a good show.
Just really anything, but no like Harry Potter. We couldn't do any of that. Like
the sorcery and all that. The devil.
No. That's evil. Demonic.
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? How people say all the magic stuff, trickery. You know what I'm saying? People indulge. Okay, so boom. So when you get to high school, like how was that transition? Because you a kid, now you getting like grown. Like I know you like, man, I don't know about all this.
Yeah, I really did start to look around me and scrutinize things. Yeah. Put two and two together, but I was still following because fear is like a huge factor of what drives any religion, really. Yeah. So I was so afraid to even allow myself to think certain thoughts because we were told kind of the negative thoughts or thoughts of doubts are from the devil. So even rejecting your own thoughts is like a practice that you really developed a skill for, which sounds crazy, but you can do that if you develop it. It's kind of insane, but yeah.
But that's how you keep somebody locked in. Fear is the controller of the world. You know what I mean? Like that's for religion, that's to news, that's to business, that's to life. Yeah. You put that fear in somebody, you made them move accordingly. Right. And there's real studies on that. And I ain't gonna lie, to tell you the truth, I've always been, enamored by cults. Because it's basically influencers, right? If you control people and you make them do what you want to do, you got the power. Yeah. So, like, I always was looking at different documentaries of cult leaders. Like, of course, Dave Koresh and all that. Was there, like, an old overlord type person that's in your cult? Like, this is the guy?
Yeah, I mean, the childhood church that I was raised in, the pastor definitely asserted a lot of authority, like almost like godlike authority. Yeah. Like you had to go to him to ask permission to marry somebody, to make a big life decision. You had to seek his influence on your decision if you're going to move, for instance. So I know that was kind of where things shifted because we left that church. Yeah. And that was a huge debacle because the pastor did not want us to move to a different city. Right. And my mom was getting back with her husband, who she'd been separated from him for 7 years. Right. So she decided to get back with him, and the pastor was basically like, "No, I am not permitting it."
And was the husband a part of the church?
No.
Got you.
Yeah, so that's probably why he didn't want her to leave.
Yeah, and then I bet. So also, what I've noticed too, when it becomes a problem when things happen with like kids or other people's wives, that's when like cults get real discombobulated. Was that anything that going on? Like he the overlord, let me test the wife before you can have her tight. Was he acting that dumb?
Oh, like weird stuff?
Yeah.
Not like that kind of stuff that I remember. Not that I know of. I was probably maybe too young to know any of that going on, but I'm sure it does.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because the guy who make the whole situation, he really running the game. Like, come on, champ. Like you know what I mean? You controlling every day. You getting the money. You got to bring the money to me, and I divide it out. Like,
right.
Let me bring the women to me. I've seen it.
There's a lot of corruption where there's power. So.
Of course. So it's different. So okay, bam. Now you out of high school. When you say, okay, this ain't for me. This is like, I don't know. I want to live this type of life.
So
because you live a different life now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't make sure I go. What's your Instagram again?
Catlin Hill.
Catlin Hill. Yeah. I'm saying it wrong. Catlin.
It's okay. Make
sure I go to Catlin Hill Instagram. You want to see what you got? Yeah.
It's no cult stuff over there, guys.
Oh, she free now. I'm saying, let there be freedom. But go ahead.
But, okay, so I went all the way through high school really involved and still convinced. And then I actually went to Bible college, which is strongly encouraged, especially for women. Yeah. So I went to study biblical theology. And it was like by the organization. So people come from all over the world, actually, to this college, Anyway, so that was a whole experience in and of itself. First of all, I felt like a lot of my questions were not being answered, and they're just being demonized by the professors. I remember a few instances where I like raised my hand to ask a question, and instead of answering them, I was kind of mocked for even asking such an absurd thing, you know? So that definitely triggered the downhill of me leaving. And then also because I was being targeted by the women there on several occasions. Mind you, I'm still wearing skirts and stuff at this point.
The Amish type, top to bottom.
Right.
Like this on the neck type.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've always had, like, hips, you know.
So that's not, they always had the body like that?
Yeah, not the glutes. I grew the glutes.
Okay.
I've always had, like, a little.
Good shape.
Yeah, a little shape, but I definitely grew my own glutes. I grew 4 inches in 6 months.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna get to the glutes now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
No, but I was definitely being targeted by the girls because probably jealousy. You know, I was fresh meat and, like, the upperclassmen were trying to go after me. But there were instances where, for instance, a couple times, I think it was like 3 times, people came up to me during service, like we call it altar call, which is where you pray at the end of the service. And they were like, I just want to pray with you, like pray over you, because I just feel like you have the spirit of Delilah or a seducing spirit. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
They might was right now.
Right. Like, if you're seduced, just say that, okay?
Yeah, just say you're seduced by the seduction. You understand me? But it's kind of crazy because now you live a seductress type life.
Right.
Was they seeing in you the future type?
Maybe.
Ain't that crazy? No, sir.
No, we'll get into that.
Okay, we will.
No, but in that moment, I kind of just was like, wow, like, that's crazy, because at this point, I hadn't even had my first anything. Right. My first boyfriend was in Bible college. Okay. So, yeah, I was like, am I a seducing spirit? Because I ain't seducing anybody, according to me. I don't know any of this. Right. My first consensual kiss, I should say, was then.
Consensual? When was the forceful? You got a forceful?
This is a whole story. Yeah. Should we get into this? Because it was actually an old man.
Let's get to the old man goddamn mother. We're going to find him. We're going to cut his head off.
Villain origin story.
Let's go. Yeah, because they had to be, because now the ass is out and it's oiled. You know what I'm saying? Toned up, oiled them up, but so something happened to rearrange, you know what I mean? So let's get there. Let's bring it down. Okay. And let's go there.
Are we going to that story right now?
Yeah. Okay, let's shift it real quick.
Okay, let's shift it.
Yeah.
Story has realigned.
Yes, do that.
Okay, so I was about 12 years old, and I was walking around Costco with my little brother. We were, like, getting samples and stuff like this. And this old man, he must have been, like, 80 plus, okay? He was real old, like hobbling type of old. And he saw me with my brother, and I was wearing this skirt and long hair and stuff. And he came up to me. He was like, "You're a Christian, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah," like all excited, you know. I thought we were going to talk about the gospel, but we were not.
So talk about his gospel.
Yeah, right, his gospel. So then he was like, "Did you know that in the Bible it says you're supposed to greet your brethren with a friendly kiss?" And I was like, "I did not know that." Then he pulls out this little handheld Bible from his pocket, opens it up. There's a bookmark. It's highlighted in the Bible where it says that, obviously taken out of context.
Of course.
Shows me that, and he's like, "So, can I kiss you?" And I was, like, frozen in fear. First of all, I had never dealt with something like this before. Right. Second of all, how was I going to argue with the literal Bible, you know? Right. And I was also scared. So I was like, yeah. And then I was expecting, like, a kiss on the cheek. No.
Right.
Wet, sloppy-ass kiss on my lips.
No.
Yeah. I was pissed.
What in the world?
I was so mad because I was, again, saving my first kiss for
the altar.
You know, this old man came in and stole it. I was so mad.
And he smooshed you down with the wet mouth.
Yeah. Traumatized.
With the Bible finaglery, propaganda laid with the highlighter.
He obviously does this often.
Oh, he in there doing that in Costco. He there 24 hours getting the smooches.
Getting his testers. That's his.
Yeah, he going back beating big meat to that. Like, but to kids, that's terrible. Nah, that's wild. Because like, he ain't been doing it to grown women. He doing it to kids, dude.
Yeah, no. He's definitely a pedophile for sure.
Ain't nobody come get him and break his damn ass to the damn well and drown him.
Yeah, he's bold for doing that in public too. Yeah.
And so this is in y'all little small town that they know about the Amish and y'all little cults are there. So they probably.
Oh yeah, he definitely like targeted me. Because he knew that I would be really naive and innocent.
And you got the garb on, you got the hair on, so you know, like, oh, she one of them. Right. I can hit her with the propaganda because she already understand this.
Right.
That's wild. That's terrible. So how did that make you feel when that happened, though?
I mean, scared.
Yeah.
Of the world. But I think incidences like that in a way, it further brainwashed me because then I was like, oh, the world is a scary place.
Yeah.
So I need to avoid them, you know, and stay in my little shell.
Yeah.